What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the haunted House of Nerds show. You know, we're unofficially kicking off the spooky season tonight. A couple weeks early, but it's all good. You know, we couldn't wait. We've got a couple guests who I'm going to bring on in just a moment. And I said, yo, what better time to kick off, for the return of the haunted house, man. So, excited to hang out with everybody tonight, either who's with us live or in the replay. Appreciate everybody, man, always coming through and hanging out. And I see the big homie Justin Smith in the house. Thank you so much for coming through. And Justin, you got a little connection to our guests. We've got LONNIE NADLER and Jenna hanging out in just a second. Justin reviewed issue 1 of The Sickness out for the houseofnerdshow.com. Go and check it out. Let me take care of a little in-house business before I bring on these fantastic guests. Want to give a shout out to the show's sponsor, Gotham Central Comics. Big time in the Greater Toronto area, in the GTA, right in time for the spooky season. They've got a dope exclusive store exclusive for Creepshow #1 by Alan Kwa. This bad boy limited to 500 copies. And now, folks, you guys can use code House of Nerd 10 for 10% off. So get to shopping, baby. Get to saving. All that good stuff, man. And I think Gotham, they've even got a Batman sale over the weekend, man. Happy Batman Day. Is it today or is it tomorrow? I don't know. It's Batman weekend, Despite what I said about Batman on this past Sunday show, he's all right. He's cool. Batman's cool. Happy Batman Day to everybody celebrating. Go up and hit Gotham Central, man, if you guys are in the Toronto area, man. Good people. They're gonna take care of you guys. So, folks, I said that little Cal is not gonna make a guest appearance tonight, my man. He's that's it. It's bedtime. Little Cal, bedtime, man. He's out. He's out for the night. Hopefully we'll see. He'll probably wake up in about 60-90 minutes. So if you guys hear me muting the mic, you guys know what's up. But yes, let me get that banner down. We're excited. Spooky season, full effect, man. We've got a great duo, great creative duo in the house hanging out. Let's bring on Mr. LONNIE NADLER, Miss Jenna Cha. What's going? Oh, my man. Yes. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, we got to do it for the haunted house. We didn't know we were kicking off the spooky month. We would have
we're kicking it off. That's such a big role to give us, the inaugural guest for Halloween.
Hey, perfect. I said now's the perfect time. You guys have brought a fantastic horror-esque. I see it's full on horror, pretty much. Book in The Sickness. And we're gonna get to that in just a second. But I did want to thank you guys so much for coming through. Been wanting to make this happen for quite a while now. So excited to have you guys on. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Yeah. Thanks for having us. We're excited to finally be on the show.
Yeah, we know it took a while, but happy to finally be here and chatting. Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's good to see you guys again. We met briefly at TCAF this past spring, where picked up. That is
yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh.
That was so TCAF was when the book premiered, basically. That was like the first time the book was on a table.
Yeah,
it was like a pre release. Yeah. And that was like a limited print we did for the release.
So that must have been very exciting. You know, you're debuting the book at TCAF. You know?
Yeah, it was really exciting.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah,
It was it was a lot.
we met at TCAF for the first time we ever met in person was at TCAF like several years ago. So
yeah,
to go, and this was our first time back since, so it was nice to like, you know, we went there to see Junji Ito the first time, and then you know,
Junji Ito made his first North American appearance at TCAF in 2019. And so I was working on Black Stars Above, our first book. And like I think I just had like barely started on it at that point. And I think we were talking about TCAF. I had never gone to Canada. Like I'd never gone to TCAF or to Canada. And so I was like, ooh, Junji Ito is making the first North American appearance. I should just go to Canada and like go to TCAF and like fuck it. You know, are we allowed to swear on the show?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh fuck absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so I fucking flew to Toronto to see Junji Ito at TCAF. And then the like plan B was I would meet Lonnie, like the writer for the book I'm working on, and we would hang out and say hi.
Right.
And what it turned out was I flew to Canada for Junji Ito and I left with Lonnie in my heart rather. So it was kind of a interesting change of like a character arc for both of us. And then the second time we went to TCAF, we were debuting our book, which is heavily inspired by Junji Ito, and was an amalgamation of like all the things that we realized we loved when we met. So it was just this weird kind of like, I don't know what is happening to my life.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot.
I gotta say, we've had many guests on the House of Nerd show, and that's probably my favorite story I've heard. I got 100%.
Oh no,
that's great. I love it, man.
I describe it as like the like nerdiest Lifetime channel movie.
Yeah, it's like the nerdiest rom-com,
like the like lamest, like most like like pathetic rom-com that nobody would see.
Kevin Smith made a rom-com about comic book creators. So
oh yeah,
I think it's
and okay. He's he's top shelf. He's way up there with the greats. You know,
hey, I love Chasing Amy.
I mean, never mind. I won't bring up the through line you have with that guy.
Yeah.
So you're saying if a movie was to be made about your guys' life, it would be directed by Kevin Smith. He's the go-to.
It would.
Whether we wanted that or not, that is the only appropriate choice.
Yeah. I think that's the only guy who would really artistically understand us as people, you know.
I mean, I know you're being facetious, but he would, I think, actually get the comic book side of it.
Hey, we gotta figure out a way to make that happen now. It's true.
Yeah. Justin Long would play Lonnie.
Oh my god, I can see.
And then
Justin Long or Jason Biggs.
Yeah. And then like Janine Garofalo would play me.
Oh my god.
We've already taken this off
the rails. Yeah,
you're
really kicking off the haunted season with some gold right here.
I'm into it, but I feel like you definitely guys have given this some thought. I mean, you've already got the fan casting down, all that stuff.
So, this is more horrific than anything we've ever come up with, by the way. So I guess it's apropos.
It's the spooky season in Hallmark movies, folks, here on the House of Nerds.
Our legacy being reduced to a Hallmark movie. Spooky.
I'm into it, man. Hey, shout out Justin. He's saying I bought way too many copies of issue number 1.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
The variants.
Oh my god! Man, please don't. Please, it's too much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like it's so weird to like have this much support and see people like buying all the variants. Like,
it is. Oh, there's a lot of variants.
It's never not nice to hear and see.
Yeah. It's. I'm always very humbled by everything. It still seems like I've like just started, my career. I don't deserve any of it.
It's a great start. I'll take this opportunity, congratulate you guys on a fantastic debut issue for The Sickness #1. And folks here can see you've got the A cover on the right there, and the second printing excuse me, I got that backwards. Second printing on the right, and I've got some. Am I the only one hearing feedback? Some kickback?
I don't hear anything.
I don't think I hear anything. It's the man, Sergio. He's coming to He's coming to follow you.
The sickness has made its way to the haunted house. Folks are in the live chats. Help me out here. You guys hearing that feedback, or do I got ghosts? What's going on over here?
I think you have ghosts.
Yeah. Now, and also, ghost is one of those things. Freak me out. I've had like some. I mean, this is probably the appropriate episode to get into. I don't want to take over the show with my ghost stories, but I've had some experiences. Okay, so Justin is saying it's very slight. There's some feedback. A bit of an echo. Strange, just kicked on now. Let us know, folks, if it continues. Hopefully all is good. And shout out Brew Baker's Muse, man. Buddy, how are you doing? I haven't seen this guy in forever.
Brew Baker's Muse. That's a good.
Yeah. Man, it's good to see you, my man. Good to see you. You picked a better. I'm seeing you come a great show to come hang out with us, man. We got the great Jenna Chan, Lonnie Nadler, man. Hey, listen, I gotta be honest. I've been a big fan of Lonnie and your work for time. Actually, last Halloween we discussed your book, The Dregs.
Oh, nice,
man. Yeah. So folks, check it out on the channel, man. We had a whole fun with that one. But we're here to talk about The Sickness, man. So if you guys please, maybe for those folks who are not so familiar with this series, let us know what The Sickness is all about.
Yeah, sure. Jenna always makes me do this part. The Sickness is it's a sprawling historical horror story, and it takes place over a few different decades in mid-century America, and it follows the story of various carriers of a strange and rare illness. And those who have this illness, they hallucinate what we call kind of mutilations to reality. So they'll start seeing things in their environment like melting flesh and eyeballs. And it's usually, like, without giving too much away, a little bit specific to the individual. And then another part of having this disease, or this virus rather, is part of the hallucinations is you're seeing a man who seems to be following you everywhere you go. And nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody knows what he wants. And then there's a doctor in 1955 who is noticing a trend of people who have had this virus over the course of history. And so he's trying to figure out exactly what it is, why nobody's identified it yet, and just what kind of pathogen it might be and how he might be able to prevent it. And so, it starts with kind of all these different timelines, all these lives that seem very separate. And then again, without giving too much away, very slowly we'll start to see their lives intertwine a little bit more in hopefully ways that are not expected.
Well put. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm terrible. What's the book about? I'm just like, man, just listen. This dope shit. Just check it out. Artistic. It's some disturbing shit. Like, you're gonna love it. And so,
that's how usually I describe it. So that's why I make Lonnie describe it every time.
Yeah, there you go. I'm into it. And folks, the drop might be a little in flux, but last I checked on Previews World, it looks like it's dropping September 27th, issue number 2. Fingers crossed. But keep your eyes peeled in any case, because I was lucky enough to check out issue number 2, and if you guys are a fan of issue number 1, you're gonna just continue to be blown away, man. And I'll take this moment, Jenna. Your art is just like,
I'm sorry.
oh man. Oh, listen. First of all, the debut issue, like I reread it the other night, and I'm alone in the dark and in the quiet, like literally the middle, like 3 in the morning. And folks, this is one of those books that it's gonna have you kind of just looking over your shoulder, double checking, making like it hits, man. It's disturbing in the best way, and the imagery.
That's the best thing I could be told.
Yeah, that's the that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Oh,
I
dude.
apologize that that's the goal, but that's the goal.
I swear, I promise you, there was a point I got goosebumps. Folks, you're gonna if you're into body horror, if you're into getting the heebie-jeebies, so to speak, yeah, this one's for you. And then of course, they're stellar writing on that, Lonnie. Fair to say this one is a slow burn that folks can kind of just, at least my experience, just kind of savor, hanging on like every word. What's the plan for this series? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, so I think it's a good point you bring up that it's a slower book and it's designed to be slower. Part of that is because the series is going to be 14 issues, so it's quite long. And I think the modern readers, outside of a few series here and there, like Jeff Lemire books and Kieran Gillen books that do run longer, people are used to, especially horror books that are only 5-6 issues. And we didn't want to do that because we have a different style in mind,
because we are who we are.
Yeah, so the slowness is kind of a big part of the book, but we promise that it all pays off somewhere later on. But that's not to say there's like no horror in these issues. It's just we believe very much in setting the stage and creating characters so that when the horror happens, you really feel it feels closer to you because you feel closer to the characters. So yeah, that's why we're doing this such a long series, and most of the books themselves are also going to be extra long issues, so they're all about 30 pages long. So really it's the size of like 18 issues or something like that. So the second one was supposed to come out this week, but there was a printer issue, and then issue 3 will come out next month, and then after that there'll be bi-monthly releases, which is how it was always supposed to be scheduled. So the first arc will finish early next year, and then we'll take a little bit of a break between arcs, and then a few months later the next arc will start. So all the arcs the first 2 are 5 issues, and the last arc is 4 issues.
There's 3 arcs total.
Yeah, sorry, 3 arcs total, and then in the last arc, the plan is that those issues will be even longer, so they'll be the size of the other arcs in the end. So yeah, we've obviously planned this. It's like weird. We've planned it a lot, but also we're like, I don't know what's going to happen in issue like 9.
Yeah.
But we know what happens in issue 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah. We're a little all over the place when it comes to process, but nobody can say we haven't taken formalism to its like threshold, when outlining the whole comic. So yeah, if we at least have integrity.
Yeah, so it's a long one, but we hope people are going to be along for the ride, and we hope having it release over the course of a couple of years, it allows more people to find it than these 5-issue books where it's just 5 months and then it's gone. It always makes me kind of sad that these books some books get forgotten about and lost. So hopefully having a constant presence help us and helps the shops just be able to maintain sales and stuff like that.
I think it's great. I don't well, one, I love a good slow burn. I'm a sucker for a good slow burn, and then 2, I feel like with this bi-monthly schedule, you're allowing these books to kind of breathe a little bit, and to, because like I was saying, I was rereading it, and it's jam packed. Like there's a lot happening in just the first issue, and for those who have read it, I mean, I'm sure you folks will kind of see that. I mean, it's dense, but in the best way, we're given a lot of background into these characters, and it's just kind of setting the tone and the atmosphere from the opening panel. And I think I've got it here somewhere. Before I get to that, got a question here from Comic Crack. Was this a story that Jenna had written a while back, or did she just have a basic idea overall arc?
Crack.
Yes.
Hi, Comic Crack. Yeah, it is a story that I had written a while back. The inception of it was around 2016, when I was in art school. I had kind of fallen into this weird infatuation with drawing the man character in the sickness, and I kind of made a couple comics that revolved around him. They're all very kind of dreamlike and weird, and not really like concrete in like what it's, they're mostly just there's like these spooky dreamlike comics. And then I just kind of like developed the story more and more while I was in school. And then the main it really got its legs when I was in my senior year of art school, and I did my senior thesis, which was a short story called The Sickness. And it was like the main gist of this book, where it's about a person who hallucinates stuff in their reality, and they're being followed by the man. So I had plans to develop that more and more after school. But then once I met Lonnie, when we worked on Black Stars Above, I decided to pitch him the story to see if he wanted to co-write it. And he accepted, and then he gave a lot more structure to the story, and gave a really just kind of he grounded the story a lot more. My story was a little all over the place. It didn't really have like some good footing, but Lonnie is all about, that formalism life, that, the Alan Moore school of formalism. And, he went to college, and, he has a degree, and, I went to school for comics. So, he knows what he's talking about, and I don't. So he made The Sickness. He added a lot of structure to The Sickness, and so that's like kind of where when the book took off, and it became a shared passion for both of us. It's not just my thing, it's both of our thing.
Yeah, we also added a lot of We added a lot of new characters, and the characters changed over the course of it, and like the doctor character was completely new, because we were like, when Jenna presented it to me, I loved the concept, but I think it would have worked really well as like just kind of like you were saying, these kind of like little shorts that all took place in this world. But if we wanted to make it, a story, we needed more like POV characters, and to really get into them and stuff like that. So it was just in an effort to make it a little bit more to take what Jenna had and build upon it, and make it more cohesive. And it's like Alan Moore's part of it. But then I'm also a big fan of like people like Paul Thomas Anderson and movies like Magnolia, and I made Jenna watch Magnolia, and I was like, this is The Sickness, it's this, but the horror. And Jenna was like,
Oh, oh my God. And then, yeah, it's like my life is like, but you could divide my life into two phases where it's before I saw Magnolia and after I saw Magnolia.
Yeah, you're like, why don't people talk about this movie?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I know.
When we went to pitch The Sickness in our pitch document, I think at some point we were like, it's like Magnolia meets blank. It's like, do we want to say that? Like, are people going to know what
No.
that means? Like, it's accurate, but not
But
very pitchable.
It's interesting because, like, now I'm going on a tangent, but the
Tangents.
that sense of like Magnolia, but horror, we also kind of, as we kept working on it, realized that's also kind of a lot of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like books
It.
like It,
Mhm.
where it's takes place in two different timelines, and you know, he splits it up. He doesn't cut between them, but it's still this sprawling stories of horror, and he's, you know, he's the master at that. And I grew up loving Clive Barker, and I was like, oh, Clive Barker does that too. So it just kind of put it in a more natural place. With Jenna grew up reading a lot more Stephen King than I did, so it just kind of fell naturally into our influences in that way. So I think it ended up being just something that's much closer to both of us, much more holistic. And it's just crazy, yeah, that it started as this idea that you had in art school, like I don't know, 7 years ago at this point, or whatever it is.
Yeah, however many year, whatever year, 2000. Yeah.
And I was out there. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's still hard to like grasp that mentally. I think the fact that people are holding it and reading it. Like I had, so issue 1 existed for a good year or so before we got it to Uncivilized.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Issue
your
1.
old.
No,
yeah,
issue
our
1.
new
Yeah.
issue 1, yeah.
Yeah, like we were trying to pitch it for a really long time. Like issue 1, what you have, it was pretty much that just sitting there, like unread by anybody for, you know, over a year, I think. So it was just this kind of like this like desperate, you know, ravenous need to have people read it. I just wanted people to fucking read it, you know. So the fact that people are, after it, like, you know, took this long, it's still kind of like, oh shit, are people reading it? Like, what? What do you mean people are reading it?
Oh, folks are reading it. Folks are reading it, man, and they're digging it. I got well, I know JP over here in the house. Big fan. He was excited when he heard I was, you know, you guys were coming on the show. So I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. What's JP saying here? So I had to start of how these two met at a Genji Eats. JP, if you were here at the top of the hour, man, you would have heard this. They gave us their nice, beautiful Hallmark movie of the week pitch,
It's
and
gonna be
you
directed by
missed it,
Kevin
man.
Smith. Okay.
Yeah. There
Our
you go.
Lifetime
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. And it's gonna be scored by whatever the fuck that fucker's name is. It's stupid.
What?
Disturbed guy. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know his name. David something?
David something. Yeah. Never mind. That'll come up when it comes up.
Yeah.
The guy who scored Disturbed.
The guy who's the lead singer of Disturbed. I always forget his name. I think I like blocked it from my mind.
Are you fans?
He'll score the movie. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Our
cool.
Lifetime movie. Yeah.
So then I picked the appropriate musical joint for the social.
Yes.
Honestly, I just looked up sick.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's not a bad.
Yeah.
tune.
The year 2000. You know, new metal was at its height. We got, you know, Mushroom Head, we got Korn, we got Slipknot, we got the D word. Good old days.
Deftones, or who are we talking about?
Oh, I wish. I mean, unfortunately, you know, we get
Disturbed.
we got compared to Disturbed like every podcast we've been on. Like,
oh man. JP saying, honestly, this art on this comic reminds me a lot of Junji stuff. It's so creepy, and just the shadowing in those eyes in the comic made you feel like you were being watched, I believe is what you're trying to say. Yes. So
yeah. I appreciate that. I mean, it's like clear to everybody that my hero is Junji Ito, and it's never not humbling to hear that my work reminds them of him. He's like one of the reasons why I draw comics. So good that the inspiration shows through. Very humbling.
I gotta be honest. I'm familiar with the name. I've seen some of his work, but I've never really read any of his stuff. So I feel like I gotta check it out because everybody keeps telling me, man, this is some of the best shit. Like if you've never read it, like it's that good. So I'm gonna stop slacking and
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys recommend I start off? Is there a particular book or that you guys would hit me with?
Uzumaki,
Uzumaki
is probably
is like most people's entryway into it.
There's so many like literally, like you go to any bookstore, like if you walk into Barnes and Noble, the manga section will be like there's like a whole Junji Ito section. I really liked No Longer Human, but that's like kind of less less typical Junji Ito. It's probably his tamest, most like dramatic work. It's like kind of gross at times.
I like gross.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. We'll talk. Okay, so Shivers is no, not Shivers. Is it Shivers or Smashed? Shivers, I think it's Shivers. It's a compilation anthology of Junji Ito's stories. Shivers, Smashed. Those are the ones that come to mind as my
Classroom.
Dissolving Classroom's hilarious. Yeah. Tomy is like what everyone fucking reads. With Junji Ito.
I think Uzumaki is the best.
I think Uzumaki's the best. Yeah.
I'll check that out because I've heard that. I know that one. I heard that.
Yeah. You probably.
Shout out Diabolical Nerds in the chats with us. Thank you for joining us, and shout out to Drippy212. Thank you so much for coming through the house and hanging out. He's got a question here. He's asking, what do y'all listen to when y'all draw? Podcast, music, silence.
Oh man. Oh god, I listen to a lot of. Where do I start? Okay, so I have like an encyclopedic knowledge of certain YouTube channels because I just need something. Sometimes I just need something on. Like I need something on when I'm drawing. So I'll watch like the same
Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Just gonna put it out there. The House of Nerd Show every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Just putting it out there.
What? What'd you say? House of what?
Oh man.
I'm kidding. Obviously. I'm kidding. It's funny. So I just started getting into podcasts, which is stupid because like that's stupid. Like I draw all day. I should be listening to all kinds of podcasts, but I just started like getting into a bunch of true crime podcasts and stuff. So there's that, and then like I watch like a ton of specific YouTube like I love like YouTube video essays and stuff about just random shit that I never think I'd watch videos about. And then I have like a very specific curation of music. Like sometimes I make playlists specific for whatever I'm working on. Like with The Sickness, I have a huge playlist with like era specific music to get me like in the tone and vibe of the comic and stuff. And then sometimes I'll listen to like ambient or classical music. Sometimes I'll put a movie on too. I need something on really when I'm drawing. So although I will say silence while drawing, like begrudgingly, it's the best way that I work. If I have nothing on, then I work. That's how I work the best. Mm-hmm. But I just like my brain is like so anxious and needs like something that I just can't not work silently. But it is really, I recommend everyone tries to draw without anything on to see what happens.
I can't draw, but I do find myself that you know, I work best in silence. I don't know, but then also too, the brain is also going like a million miles a second, but I'm somehow also able to kind of focus on what I'm doing at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
No, totally. Yeah. I think that applies to probably my theory is that it applies to everybody. This is an unfounded theory, but I think if everyone drew silently, then I think that would work better.
Shout out Hyper Comics. Drippy saying new metal is sick. And Justin, what kind of worms did I open? What am I admitting? That I don't read Junji Ito? I'm not sure. But Justin does have a question here for you guys. Are there plans for an eventual trade or 2 or 3 perhaps even?
Yeah, so the trade stuff is actually it's already in the works. So the way that it happens in comics is because trades are distributed by book publishers and not Diamond, their schedules work much differently. So the first trade is actually already cemented for release next year. And so yeah, we'll be doing the plan, you know, don't take this with a grain of salt because things might change, but the plan is to do 1 trade for each arc, so 3 in total. And then fingers crossed those sell well enough and the book sells well enough that we would do 1 big fat
like
hardcover
from hell sized
omnibus at the end of it that collects all 14 issues.
That'd be sick. A nice thick boy, eh?
Nice thick, nice printed tiny, so it has to be this thick, like every manga. Make those hatch lines real small.
That's terrible. No, we didn't have that bad boy blowing up, man, and all the details, man. Oh man, we're gonna we've got some panels of your work that we're gonna go through in just a second. I do want to get through some of these comments here. Hyper Combo Comics.
Hypochondria.
He's saying, Lonnie, what's up? Fun fact: I met your brother Evan when we both went to McGill University. Oh shit. We were Boston building. Look at that.
That's so random.
That is really random.
I went to McGill.
I went to McGill.
I was there with Evan because Evan stayed a bit after to finish. So my brother was doing a business degree and then decided right before graduation that he wanted to be a doctor. So he had to stay to do all the pre-med courses. But that meant I get to be at university with him because I'm 4 years younger. So he was supposed to graduate, but we got 1.5 years together. So it was pretty nice. Yeah,
we're going to shout out to Evan. Like, hey, Evan, you've got comics in your life now too. so you're part of it. I'm sorry.
I love it.
Shout out Evan. What's going on, my man? That's so weird. That's such a trip.
Hoffman business building. I feel like I've been drunk in that building so many times. But the business faculty at McGill were the ones who held a lot of the drinking events, and it was all sanctioned on campus because it was in Quebec where the drinking age is lower.
I see. You guys get around.
They probably don't do that anymore, though. I think they probably good times.
If it ain't broke.
And then JP saying, read the Enigma of Amigara Fault from Junji Ito. So eerie. Okay.
I don't know which collection that's in.
Yeah, I know. I think it's either Smashed or Shiver. I don't remember. It's either one of these.
I read it before it was collected.
Yeah, same.
North America.
That fucking shit fucked me the fuck up. Like, I remember I'm not exaggerating. Like, whenever I talk about Junji Ito freaking me out, it's like no hyperbole at all. I used to not be able to finish a Junji Ito book because I was too scared. Yeah. And the Enigma of Amigara Fault, I can't, it sounds like I'm exaggerating because it's not common that comics really truly shake you to your core, but that story fucked me up and I couldn't think about it or else I'd start to freak out. If I just kind of remembered that story, I would just I'd go into like fight or flight mode, you know. It would just like fucking just tear me apart. It took me like years to get over that. I still don't like looking at that story. It's still like
I gotta read it 100%. Like this is like the next thing I'm gonna read.
You
Thank
have
very
to read
much
that one, yeah.
for the record. I feel like now we're gonna read it. And perhaps JP and Jenna, if you're down, we do like a discussion on the channel or something like that, man.
Yeah.
And,
oh my god,
you know
yeah, totally. That's
that.
it's a short story too, so you can
Is it? Okay.
read it
it's only like
anytime.
10 pages,
Yeah.
12 pages.
Yeah.
Not too long.
Hey, Halloween, the spooky season. I mean, we're in it, so I mean, it's a perfect time.
Yeah. That story has also been memed to hell and back.
Has it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I might even read that tonight. Drippy asking y'all F with 𝐬𝐸𝐬𝐲 though.
𝐬𝐸𝐬𝐢, yeah. I love. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Cat-Eyed Boy is so good. Like, I want to get a Cat-Eyed Boy tattoo. Like, I love Kazuo 𝐬𝐸𝐬𝐲. The Drifting Classroom is really good.
Classroom is great.
I still need to read Orichi, the one that just came out. He has a lot. He also, I don't know, maybe I haven't looked hard enough, but some of his older work, like his old shorts and stuff, are kind of hard to find. But yeah, I love 𝐬𝐸𝐬𝐲.
Okay, I'm gonna check something. You guys are giving me some good reading material for
Oh yeah,
I love it.
If we're talking, I mean, if we're on the topic of horror manga, one of my, next to Junji Ito, my other biggest influence is Maruo, Suehiro Maruo.
Really hard to find his stuff.
Extremely hard to find.
Though.
Yeah, most of it's printed in Japanese. He did this book called, I think his most popular work is the one called The Laughing Vampire. My favorite is called Tomino the Damned. And then his other one, Panorama Island, is incredible.
That one's in English.
Yeah, that one's, some of them have been printed for in like North America and stuff.
I think I forget who did that one. Does Viz do that?
I think it might be Viz,
and
yeah.
Hollow Press did a couple of them.
Yeah. He is, I think I plagiarize his art like more than Junji Ito now. His art is I can't like describe how amazing it is. I will say that I wanted to bring this up. If you do read Maruo, his comics can be really fucked up. He's in the Eroguro category of horror, which is Eroguro stands for erotic grotesque. So it's like a mix of like pretty fucked up like sexual horror and gory horror. And not like, for everybody,
yeah,
not for everybody. Hard for me to look at sometimes.
Not for me.
Hold on. What is it? How do you spell that? I feel like
ERO.
ERO?
G.
No. The book?
No,
this is the
Maruo.
Oh, Maruo. His first name is SUE.
SUE.
HIRO.
HIRO. Oh.
And then his last name is MARUO.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, like his art is to die for.
Some of it I will say is not horror. Some
not
of
horror,
it's just like surreal and sexual.
Yes.
Like he's also very influenced by like Salvador Dali.
Yeah. And old Hollywood.
So
really?
German expressionism.
What you're looking at, but the art in all of it is amazing.
Hollywood. That sounds like a great mix there.
Yeah, total right.
I don't think I've heard anything like that before. So
I know. I know. It's so good.
That okay. That one just moved up to the top of you guys. You guys thank you. Man. You guys are giving me some good recs, man.
We're free for free.
Sorry folks, behind on the chats there, man. Appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us tonight.
Sergio, we warned you that we talk. We you got to shut us up whenever you need to.
I love it, man. Honestly, shout out to Hip Hops and Me from the Team Nerd Herd podcast. hanging out with us this Sunday, folks. Check out the episode. Jenna said she's looking for, YouTube channels while she's working.
I need
I'm
things to
put it back
watch.
out
Yeah.
there, man.
I'm
Every Sunday,
I'm drawing
folks.
issue 4. I need watching material.
There you go. Alvaro's talking. He's saying I like gross too. Okay, so we feel like we gotta check this out, my man. Some of this stuff.
Yeah, we need more gross.
Here's a question out of left field. Drippy 2112. When Marvel and DC inevitably come at you to pitch on a book, which of their characters are you trying to torture?
All of them.
This is at Jenna. I've already done stuff for Marvel, and I worked mostly in the X-Men office, and that was like what I wanted to do since I was like 7. And depending on who you asked, I did torture and ruin some of their characters. Fans are very passionate. But yeah, we got to get a little weird over there. So that's my answer.
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
Who would I torture? If Marvel or DC approached me to draw something for them, I would torture myself until I died so that I didn't have to respond to them. Kidding. That was a joke. The only superhero character I really, really, really am passionate about is Carnage. And look what they did to my boy, my poor boy. Look what they did to him. Look what they did to my poor boy. So I don't know if I would actually tackle that IP at this point.
You didn't like the movie with Carnage?
My poor boy. Look what they did to my boy. Don't touch my son. I don't know if I would draw a comic for. I mean, okay, so like the comic I would want to draw, they would never do it. Like they would never, if I pitched them what the kind of thing that I wanted to do, they would never do it because it's like a subversion of of like superhero comics, as a whole. So it's all still a dream right now.
Yeah, I'll say I haven't done work for DC yet. Maybe at some point I would like to, but they're not banging down my door. But it's also a similar case where it's like, I have like a Superman story I want to do, but it's like a really dark, like David Fincher Superman story. So I don't think they would ever let me do it.
Yeah, it's in the vein of like in the vein of like Alan Moore pitching his superhero comics in like the 90s, and then him being like promptly kicked out, by the scruff of his neck, being like, "What are you trying to do to our company?"
It's not that bad, but it's still quite dark.
It subverts the genre in a way that I don't think what's his name is willing to do so. Whatever the head of DC.
Anyway,
his
but they got their block label stuff now, so you never know.
Yeah.
We gotta talk after the show. I would love to hear, man.
You should hear it. It's good.
I'm a big Superman fan, and just everything that you're just like Fincher, like you forget it. Like I'm like, okay, like I gotta hear this, man.
I don't often think my ideas are good, to be clear. I don't mean to sound conceited. I usually think my ideas suck. But I came up with this one and I was like, it's pretty good. And then I was talking to my friend who's also a comic book writer, Darcy Van Polgeest, who did Little Bird. And we were just talking about DC stuff and what we would do. And he was like, I don't really have DC stories. He was like, do you have any? And then I was like, well, I have this one. And I was like, it's Superman. And I told it to him and he was just like, fuck, that's good.
Ideas aren't cheap, kids.
It's the only one I got. I got one good idea.
Yeah. All you need is one.
Shout out my man Samurai. And Justin saying torture dead man. Okay. All right.
I've
it's a good band
Dead
name.
Man was a character I wanted. Like when I was younger, I would have like killed to write Dead Man. Now I'm like, I don't know what the hell I would do with it.
Yeah.
Can my stage name be Torture Dead Man?
Not a bad name.
First name Torture, last name Dead Man. Sorry, I cut you off.
No. I was just saying, like, I feel like a lot of folks they're into like Deadman is one of those underrated characters, you know, and he's getting a little bit of shine right now with the current event over at DC. But I mean, he's like, we need more love for him. He needs like his own. Like I feel like that character is just, there's so much different things you can do with it. There's a lot of story that can be told there. I feel like, I don't know. And maybe one day, Lonnie, man, you know, have a crack at that bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have him listen to hippie music and go to San Francisco wearing tie-dye.
Is this a Grateful Dead joke?
No.
You're cut off from the mic. You're booed off stage with that one.
Bye. See you guys later. It was nice talking to Jenna. Well, Diabolical Nerd saying Bentley Little is an author who writes effed up horror stories with crude humor. One of my favorite books from him is called The Consultant.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that name before.
Yeah?
That sounds really familiar. Yeah.
I haven't, but it sounds cool.
Sounds familiar. Bentley Little. Yeah, I think I know them.
He's enjoying you guys, man. Keep talking. You got me rolling. I think y'all could do a good pitch with Sleepwalker. Yeah. Sleepwalker's cool. He's one of those guys.
Sleepwalker.
Yeah, he's like a C-lister.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope C-listers like rise to the surface more. Yeah. I want the bottom of the fucking barrel taken to like top shelf quality, you know?
That's how we got Animal Man and Swamp Thing.
Right.
Swamp Thing was pretty successful before more took it on.
Right, yeah.
It's like, you know, a lot of those like DC horror characters were, nobody wanted to work with them.
But like something's got to give sometime. Like, you know, it's like, you know, entropy. Like we gotta like the, you know, the way how like, you know, you do the science experiment where you put a beaker on top of a boilerplate and you put, you know, shit in the beaker and you see it like kind of going up and down. Like the stuff on the bottom has to eventually come to the top.
I think the reason though is just because those characters, because they're C-list, there's just not as many stories told, so it's a lot easier to do something new and refreshing.
Yeah, right.
You know, when you have however many Batman comics there have been, it's like I like Batman a lot. If DC was like, hey, you want to write Batman? I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, you know,
just for the like, what would I do that hasn't been done?
Just for the bragging rights.
No,
say
not
no.
At all. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's like I wouldn't know what to write.
I would do for the bragging rights.
It would be like, I just know it would be disappointing because I wouldn't have anything new to add to the character at this point.
Yeah,
see, that's such a refreshing answer. I mean, we were just talking about it on the last episode. I was saying I just feel like DC right now is leaning way too heavily into Batman, or they have been for the longest time, to be honest. And how many different ways can you tell a Batman story? I mean, I feel like they just need to chill. And there's so many amazing characters in the DC universe, you know, like a Deadman, like Firestorm, or, you know, whoever else, right? I mean, it's just, it's overdone in my opinion. And I mean, Batman's cool. I like him. I grew up with Batman, but you know, I don't know. And then Drippy digging your pitch for, he's saying subversion is the way to go, and that's what I heard, and that's what got me too. That's always the way to go. And he's got, you know how you torture dead man, make him alive. I like that. I like that, buddy. I like
alive
that. Man. That's the comment.
His adversary is alive man, alive woman. That's his adversary.
Oh man, that's great. That's
She's
great.
Alive.
I'm stealing that pitch.
Get your pitch ready, Sergio.
That's it. You know, I do have a little I guess you could call it a little game planned for us.
You have to say that in a creepier voice.
I do got a little game.
It is Halloween.
I should have mentioned it before we went live. Do you guys have a pen and paper handy by chance?
Yes.
Oh, as an artist, I should, but Lottie's the one who does, I guess.
Do we each need a pen?
Yeah. Do we each need a pen?
Each need a pen. Each need a piece of paper. Yeah.
Okay, let me grab another pen. Give me 2
Awesome.
seconds.
And while-
I would
while
have
Lonnie-
brought my whole arsenal of materials if you told me we'd be doing this. I'd be like, oh, check out this, like, oh, this is silver point. You know what silver point is? Blah 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 blah. And then, you know, oh, this is a Pentel. Do you know Pentel?
You would have busted out the good stuff.
Yeah, I
eh?
would have busted out all my paper, all my pens.
Oh man. Just insane. You guys, real talk, have you both planned to brainstorm your next project yet? This team needs to keep rising. Agreed.
Not
right?
honest. I mean, honestly, the sickness has kind of like taken up our time, like our collaboration time. We haven't really even entertained the idea of something else in the future, like a different project other than the sickness. I think we've only ever really like put our collaboration.
Yeah, it's hard to think about other stuff.
Yeah, it's that for one, and then two, I don't know. I guess nothing has ever come up yet. I personally like I have stories that I want to do in the future. If I felt that it was right and appropriate to ask Lonnie to collaborate, then I would. But I don't feel that way presently. I don't really like to force like stuff like collaboration. You know, I don't want to like, you know, have to do collaboration if I don't feel a real need to. I
Hold
have
him hostage until he says yes to the next collab. You know?
Yeah,
That's
right.
cool.
Yeah, make them beg for it. I like, you know, I have stuff that I want to do. Lonnie has stuff that he's want to do. So we have our own things like, you know,
That's
scheduled
cool.
for the future.
I dig it. Let me see if I can get this. Let me get my screen ready here.
It's gonna work. Is this? Are we gonna play the Newlyweds game, Sergio?
It's yeah. It's pretty. It's
Oh my
similar to
God.
that.
Really? Oh shit!
Apologies in advance, you know. And I will thank you guys ahead of time for for being good sports.
Of course.
Yeah, no. Where did that video? So folks, those who are regulars of the show will be familiar with this little I don't know, segment. I guess you could put it. We played it with a bunch of other creators. They seem to, sometimes I get shadow banned from YouTube for and others it goes pretty good. So hopefully today's one of the good episodes. It's a little segment that we like to call "What Kind of Nerd Are You?" Here we go.
Amazing. Can I get a screenshot of that? Can you like send it to me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I can then print that out and frame it.
You're great.
Yeah. So let me see if I can get this bad boy started up here now.
This is gonna be a real litmus test for our marriage, I think.
Oh yeah. Man, now can I get this? Oh, here we go.
We might have to go to counseling after this.
This is counseling.
Oh, right. Free.
Oh, I gotta screen share this. Oh my God. So apologies, guys. I'm getting it up. I promise. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Boom. Okay, so what kind of nerd are you? The sickness edition. So I'm gonna ask, I got a couple questions. Hopefully we can get into the mind, the psyche of these great creators, Lonnie and Jenna. And I'm gonna ask, please, no peeking. We're playing by the honor system here, folks.
Okay.
And chats, feel free to hold Lonnie and Jenna accountable if you do think. You just keep an eye on their eyes. Make sure there's no you know, we're looking over the shoulder and stuff. So we'll ask a couple of questions, and you guys will answer how you think the other person is going to answer. I always have a tough time explaining the game.
Right.
I get a lot more confusing than it actually is, but
Yeah.
So my answers
get-
are what I think Jenna's answers would be.
exactly.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. No, I get confused about Newlywed Game too. Like, I always get confused about what we're supposed to write.
I've done this like a good half dozen times, and I still fumble over my words. You guys. So the first one up here. It's 1996. You're at Blockbuster. Which horror flick are you getting? Which horror flick are you renting? We've got a couple options here. 1996 flicks, of course. We've got The Island of Dr. Moreau, you know, Mr. Val Kilmer, Marlon Brando. I think I've heard of that guy. The Frighteners, Peter Jackson's The Frighteners. And third option is The Arrival, starring Charlie Sheen. And folks at home, feel free to play along. Please, I want to see your guys' answers too. Want to know what you guys are thinking.
So we're writing down what I'm writing down what I think Lonnie would want to write.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
I feel like it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like it's harder for me to guess what you would.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
And folks at home, feel free to play with your significant other. Please bring him to the screen. Play along. Let's test these relationships.
Everyone do a litmus test for your marriage. Yeah.
Oh man, exactly. Oh man.
Free counseling.
JP saying, "Oh, those are great options. The Island of Dr. Moreau, because Val Kilmer is hilarious in that movie." Okay, so JP's going with Island and Mr.
I
Val
love Val
Kilmer. Yeah. Drippy accountability, my middle name. So let's start it off with Lonnie. Lonnie, what are you thinking? Jenna is going to rent a Blockbuster.
Okay, I could have gone two ways with this. What I chose to go with was The Frighteners. Because I know Jenna loves Peter Jackson, and so I don't think she's seen The Frighteners, so that's what my choice was. I was tempted to go with The Arrival with Charlie Sheen because Jenna
really funny.
Terrible.
It looks really funny,
and Jenna loves
that poster.
Bad horror movies, so that was a tough choice.
Yeah,
but ultimately I went with The Frighteners.
Yeah.
Okay, Jenna, your answer?
I also wrote The Frighteners. Because this is a stupid answer, but if we were at a movie rental shop and you saw The Frighteners, I feel like you would recommend it because you like Peter Jackson too, and then I would just go with what Lonnie would want to go with.
Now, isn't that how it always ends up working anyway? That's good.
Yeah, I'm very diplomatic. Like, I don't like fighting over. Well, I guess I do like fighting over what to watch. But...
Okay, so we got one correct answer there. Now Jenna, what are you thinking?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was just saying. Now, what are you thinking? Lonnie would pick. Was that your answer there?
Yeah. The Frighteners. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. These
so
guys
fucking funny.
Starting off on the right foot, folks.
Yeah, it's all downhill from
right foot. We'll see how long that lasts. I mean, but I have the courage to play this game with my. I don't think so. It's asking for trouble.
Yeah.
What's Drippy saying here? Arrival's really good. It's about learning alien language to avoid military contact.
That's amazing.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, honestly, like I feel like it's underrated for its time. It's cool. It's one of those kind of,
yeah. Alex Garland really went on the deep end, huh?
Sorry?
Joke. Arrival joke.
No, he didn't. Oh, okay.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, man, I really fucked that one up.
You're again cut off.
I really fucked that up. It would have been so funny if I got the director's name right.
Oh, the director of the current Arrival.
Yeah, is it not Alex Garland?
No, it's Dennis.
Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever.
Dennis, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, man. Lonnie, did she just lose some Canadian rating points?
Yeah,
there?
I
Or
did.
like-
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna revoke my permanent residency
Oh
now.
man,
Yeah, they're listening. They're listening in.
that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. We'll keep it
10
moving.
shots of maple syrup spirit.
I'll be sure not to clip that for the highlight.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll cut it out of the YouTube stream.
Thank you.
What is the next one here, folks? So, kind of a follow-up question.
Easy.
What is your go-to movie snack?
So Lonnie's go-to movie snack.
Mhm. Folks at home, again, remind you, feel free to.
I'm going to be disappointed if you get this one wrong.
Oh,
So am I.
I'm just gonna put it out there. The correct answer is Sour Patch Kids. I mean, come on now. Come on, I'm just saying.
Are you a masochist?
So the sour, the better. I love it. Even though
Oh my god. Painful.
Let's start off with Jenna this time. Jenna, what do you think Lonnie's going with?
Okay, Lonnie would eat popcorn.
Ah.
Am I right? Are you fucking kidding me?
Twizzlers, man. Twizzlers.
Oh
I
my
would
god. I was gonna say because I didn't know before I moved to Canada, I didn't know that Canada has those like flavored powder things you put in the popcorn.
I do like those a lot.
Because right, and so I was like thinking popcorn because we always make a point of that I think it's weird and you
Right.
think it's not weird whenever we go to the movie theater and get popcorn.
And I always complain because it used to be free and now it's like
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of when we go to the movies.
Yeah.
That right there, folks, is the look of disappointment.
Can
I
you
feel
change
that.
your answer?
I'll give you a 50-50 between
Between-
Twizzlers
okay.
and popcorn.
All
Oh,
right.
I thought it was gonna be the sexy, horny M&M lady. I thought that was number two.
that's
Yeah.
certainly,
Okay, so Lonnie, what do you think Jenna would go with?
Oh, it's definitely popcorn.
I mean, I don't know why you don't associate me with a sexy M&M.
Hmm?
I'm joking. It's popcorn.
No comment.
Because it's
Didn't they get rid of that one?
Oh, because it made everyone too horny.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
exactly.
mandate. Yeah, it's popcorn. Yeah, Lonnie got it right and I got it wrong. So
Okay.
divorce
Yeah.
papers are being served as we know, as we speak. Yeah.
Now I gotta know, Lonnie, what was the correct answer?
He would choose Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, but I do. It's not quite fair because anytime we go to the movie, we get popcorn.
You've never
But-
gotten Twizzlers.
but I love licorice.
Once. You've never
true.
gotten Twizzlers.
No, but I love licorice.
So this is when I prove that I know more about him than he does.
Drippy saying, marry the popcorn, kill the Twizzlers, F the green M&M.
I think Sergio would fuck the Sour Patch. You know,
You know what? I was
higher
gonna
the better.
just about to say, how are we mixing in the Sour Patch Kids? I mean, we can't
Yeah,
leave them out.
that's the next Saw movie.
Oh, there's a whole lot of,
Sour,
there's a whole lot
like
of
the
things we can do
powder.
with those Sour Patch.
The Jigsaw just like pours it, like, you know, rubs it, like, you know, in your eyes. Never mind.
I like this, folks. I like it. Alvaro, he's going with liquor. That is the correct answer.
Liquor,
that is
yeah.
the correct answer.
Yeah, I go.
Now, how are
I
you
go
sneaking him into the theater, buddy? Are you doing
Yeah.
cans or backpack? I mean, what are we talking about here?
You're not living if you don't sneak liquor into the theater.
Sour Patch Kids is the
Thank
size
you.
of-
That's
Oh
what I'm
my
talking about.
God.
If you, are you even watching a movie if you don't sneak in a couple tall boys? I mean,
Exactly.
come
They
on.
don't check anymore.
No,
They really don't.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids is a side piece. I'm not mad at that. Next up, folks, you are forced by the sickness to have one of these posters in your room
Oh, Sergio.
for the rest
This-
of your life.
I'm gonna say this is real easy because Jenna has one of these in her office.
In the office.
Oh, stop!
Wait,
Oh my-
Well, so then you know my answer, but then I don't. This might be weird for the other way around, though. I don't know if it would be the same answer.
Oh, we'll
Ooh,
find out.
interesting.
Oh well, I don't want to lose. I'm 0 for 3. Or yes, I'm not 0 for 3, but
I can tell you there's at least one of these I would never be caught dead with. In my...
Friday the 13th. Yeah. Not a Friday the 13th guy. Oh
Okay.
man. Well, oh,
So
I don't want to be
since-
wrong.
yeah, I mean, let's whoever wants to go first on this one, because I feel like this
You go
one's a little-
first.
I'll go first because it's
It's the
guaranteed.
easiest. Yeah.
It's Evil Dead.
Wrong.
Jenna is a huge Evil Dead Sam Raimi fan,
I'm dead man.
and she's got that poster there,
Yeah.
like blown, like the actual like
It's a
movie
giant.
theater
Yeah,
size
it's like a giant poster. Yeah.
framed in her office.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? Fantastic taste, Jenna. Absolutely, to me, that's like an all-timer of a horror movie poster. All time.
Yeah, I agree.
It is an amazing
It's a
poster.
great
Yeah.
poster. Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's just
Yeah.
your eyes just immediately drawn to it. And
Yeah.
I feel like you see this and you know where it's from. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
great. So you got like a supersized up in your office? That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I had it. I got it at WonderCon in 2008, 2009, back when WonderCon was still in San Francisco.
Oh,
And it was probably like $20, but now that shit will cost like $60-$80, I think, like at that size. So
That's
I've had it just with me for like almost over a decade now, like 15 years.
I dig it. And Comic Crack agreeing here. He's saying Evil Dead is legendary. Such a great flick. Great flick.
Yeah.
Great poster.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mhm.
I'll roll going with 100% Friday. Okay.
I will
Alright.
say, while I hate Friday the 13th as a movie, I've always loved that poster.
The poster's really good, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
the
dope.
poster is really cool.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the moment of truth here, Jenna.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's my logic. So my logic is, knowing Lonnie, I don't think he would choose Evil Dead just because I have the poster already. So realistically, we don't want two posters. And like for the sake of variety.
See, that's just strategy. That's just good strategy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Getting into so I don't think you've even seen House on Haunted Hill.
I have.
I don't think you're particularly passionate about it. I know I'm not. But the thing is that I feel like you would really like that poster. But I know you like A Nightmare on Elm Street more. Like you have like a more of a connection with that than House on Haunted Hill. So I chose Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Nightmare is my favorite of all those, like of all the classic.
The actual
that
poster.
era. No, just like the movie.
Oh, sure,
Like,
sure.
well,
Yeah.
Halloween is tied, but definitely among those posters, I would pick that one.
Yeah, if it wasn't Evil Dead, I would want A Nightmare on Elm Street poster too. Even though the House on the Haunted Hill one is hilarious.
Hey, thanks so much to Drippy for hanging out.
Thank you.
Appreciate you hanging out with Jenna and Lonnie. Congrats on all the success you're saying. Y'all be easy. Hey, have a good rest of the night, my man.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again in the chats.
Is this profile picture Max Headroom?
No, I was buying it.
Oh, okay. It looked like Max Headroom.
Who is that? Yeah, I was wondering too. I said, well, okay.
Max Headroom, that guy from the thing. Looks like him.
What do we got next? I think we got a couple more of these.
Oh my lord.
So
that's terrifying.
It is. It is. So for those folks who are not familiar, that's the kind of art, that's the kind of creepiness that you're gonna get in the sickness. Oh man, nightmare fuel. Which group is best equipped to help you survive the wrath of the sickness? So the options being Stranger Things or the classic Monster Squad.
Okay, well, that's easy.
Oh, I like that.
I hope.
I hope too.
And you find folks, let me know when you're ready. And then again, folks who are in the replay or in the live chats, let me know. What do you guys think is best equipped? I mean,
all right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Should we just say our answer at the same time?
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Monster
Monster Squad. Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
Now I will say you're both wrong. The correct answer, folks, is the Goonies.
Yeah,
that
you're
was a
right.
trick
I didn't know that
question.
was an option.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Trick
You're
question.
right.
You should have known this. Come on now.
We should have.
If I knew it was an option, I would have picked it.
We should have known.
Goonies never die, baby.
This
Goonies
is why we
never
need to
die.
keep up with
The Goonies
the House of the
is
Nerd
certainly my favorite of all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, that guy, I mean, like, you know,
Sloth
is just, you know,
He's a
just out,
legend.
straight up out of the sickness. Like
that's
the thing
like me through and through.
No, it's not.
He's the best, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Just on a little tangent here. Remake or no remake? Should we ever see one of these?
No
Goonies?
remake.
Nah.
No remake. The Goonies is unbelievably specifically 80s.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in stone, the 80s, you know?
No, it's just one of those classics, man. Right? I feel like, I don't know, just IPs, just certain things you don't touch, man. Like Back to the Future,
Mm-hmm.
every few years you hear him, oh, you know, remake. I'm like, no, man, it's a perfect film, you know?
You don't need to remake it.
No, you don't. There's no
Just
reason
think of
to.
something new.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
that?
Alvaro asking, you guys ever see Terrifier?
I just saw it last week. I haven't seen the second one. I saw the first one.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either.
I don't know. That's not really my. I don't really watch like super gory movies like that. Yeah. I totally understand why people like Terrifier. It is like a cut above that like camp of movies, of like B movies. It's clear that the director gave a shit more than like a lot of other directors who do those kinds of fucking gore fest movies, especially in terms of the effects. Like the effects are really good, and I liked some of it. It's not really my thing though, you know. It's not. It's like I totally get why people like it, and I'm really curious to see Terrifier 2. I will say that.
Yeah, I haven't caught either. Yeah. Next one. You have the opportunity to screen one of the following horror directors' filmography in your very own theater.
Ooh.
So I just want to kind of preface gotta be careful with the answer, because otherwise you are gonna have the following reaction from the viewing audience. I mean, look at it. That is, oh my god.
Do you know what that is? That's how I felt when Lonnie and I watched Skinamarink in the theater, and every single person around us wouldn't shut the fuck up. That was my reaction.
And you know what? I swear to God, I was like, this must have been from personal experience, because there's no way you come up with something like, oh my God, you guys shut the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go, folks. You have the opportunity to screen the following, one of the following directors' filmography. The options being, we've got Mr. Guillermo del Toro, of course, the legendary Romero. We've got Wes Craven, and then Mr. Carpenter.
I feel like, again, this is really easy for you to answer for me.
Yeah.
But it's much harder for me to answer for you.
Yeah.
Definitely curious to hear the live chats or the replay, man. What are you guys thinking? Because I feel like this is a tough one. It's probably the toughest one. Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. One of Lonnie's like unshakable idols is Del Toro. Like, I can't describe, like, I mean, you have a lot of influences, you have a lot of heroes, but I feel like you could weep. You love Del Toro so much, you know? Yeah. John Carpenter was a close second.
Yeah.
Like, that would be an awesome, you know, quadruple feature or whatever.
It'd probably be the most fun.
That would be fun. Yeah. Del Toro would definitely be like heavy on your soul, you know, but yeah, that's what Lonnie would choose.
Correct answer, Lonnie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A bit of a follow-up to that. Which Del Toro film is kicking things off?
I would probably do it chronologically, so I'd start with Kronos.
Okay.
And then do The Devil's Backbone. And I would even show, I actually really like the director's cut of Mimic. The not director's cut of Mimic is terrible. But when they re-released the director's cut several years ago, it's still not like on par with his other movies, but it feels a lot more like a Del Toro movie.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even know there was a director's cut for that film.
Yeah, it's actually
I watched it and I kind of like
Amazon.
Wow, it's on Amazon.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, man, you guys are just giving me all kinds of like.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out
for Halloween too.
Yeah, and I would just go through them all, I think.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
And that's so funny that you said that, Lonnie, because we got JP. He's saying Guillermo with Mimic as being the first movie. There you go. That's interesting.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Now, JP, I got a question for you, my man. Are we talking about the theatrical cut or the director's? Like,
choose wisely.
Choose wisely.
Your life is on the line.
Yeah, don't look stupid in front of your. So now, Lonnie, what do you think, Jenna?
I picked John Carpenter because I know Jenna likes all of these directors, but I know John Carpenter, I think, has the most movies of all of these that you like. Correct.
And also, I did the same thing where it's like, well, Lonnie would choose Del Toro. And so for the sake of variety, like, I'll choose Carpenter. Yeah, but Carpenter would be the most fun.
Now, see, you know how I know this is a creative team made? This is because it's all about strategy with you guys. I mean, it's like going out to dinner. You're not gonna get the same plate. I mean, you gotta switch it up. Here's the opportunity. All right, you get that and that, and then we share.
That's
we
so
try.
True.
Totally.
I feel like you're crazy if you don't do that. If you go out to eat, though,
that is. Thank you.
That's very telling of what kind of person you are. No, I'm kidding.
It's just common sense, folks. This is like, these are the real hard. These are the life. This is important.
Yeah.
This is important.
Yeah, it is important.
Okay.
I know this is like stupid to bring up since we're taking a lot of time, but
no.
Another thing, I like don't know how many other couples do this, but we each have our own blanket in bed so that we don't like have to wrestle with them when we're sleeping, even if it's like an extra large blanket. I feel like that's also kind of like strategic.
Underrated.
Absolutely underrated. We can still like cuddle and stuff. Like we can both like be under the blanket. It's not like we're divided by like an iron curtain or anything. But it's that way. It's like he has a lighter blanket. I have a heavier blanket. I like heavier blankets. He likes lighter blankets. Like, it's all strategy, man. We don't fuck around in this dojo.
Honestly, you guys are in the year 3000.
We are, I agree.
That's just genius.
Yeah, I agree.
Your own, come on now, folks. Who else is employing their own blanket? I mean, I feel like that's just.
You have to get on our level. Like, you really do.
Honestly, I feel like such a fucking idiot for not doing that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't want to like judge you, but
I totally judge. That's just, come on. Okay. And we've got Comic Crack he's throwing a curveball here. He's saying the correct answer is
Bava.
Mario Bava. Hey, Crack, I'm not mad at that answer. That's actually, yeah, I'm into it. I'm into
Baba
it.
would be a fun one.
Baba would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jello would also kind of hurt though, you know.
Yeah.
Like it'd be hard to get a hard night to get through.
And then we've got Alvaro. He's going with Carpenter. Hey,
yeah.
I can see that.
Carpenter would be fun, man. It would just be fun.
The only, I guess Carpenter has some duds late career.
What?
But
you need the full thing though.
Wes Craven is a tough one because he's got high highs and low lows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I say this as like a big fan of Nightmare and Scream.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
JP going with the director's cut because my brother told me about the director's cut. Okay.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
I heard about this. Okay, but am I going to check it out? It's on Prime. Okay, not to flex, but I am a Prime member.
Whoa!
I know.
We're not fucking around.
You know, that's how I roll, baby.
Mr. High Roller over here.
That's how we do over here in the house. Alvaro talking about Rob Zombie should be there. That's an interesting choice, my man. I feel like Rob Zombie's one of those. I feel like you love him or you hate him. I don't think there's.
I've never seen a Rob Zombie movie.
You've never seen one?
I've never seen a single one.
I think I've seen all except for his more recent ones.
I would go to a theater to see the Munsters. I would.
Okay.
Like, you know, we really missed the ball in that one.
Yeah. I think we've got one more, folks. One more, and just for those keeping score, I mean, you guys are doing pretty damn good. I gotta say.
I think I'm losing.
Where's the next one? We already saw this. What's going on here? There we go. Bonus question. A little Canadian content. You know, my man Lonnie, fellow Canuck baby. Shout out.
Oh my god.
Well, you know my answer.
I know your answer. Yeah.
Bonus question, folks. There is a right answer. Best John Candy flick. What say you?
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I was trying to like figure out which one was which. I think we have the same answer.
Yeah.
Well, for those who are not familiar, we got the outdoors, the great outdoors on the left. In the center, plane, trains, and automobiles, and then you've got Candy on the right over there in
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, points deducted.
I know, absolutely.
Canadian citizenship revoked. It's mine now. It's my card.
That's a wrap. So what do you folks think?
So 1, 2, 3, planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah. So Lonnie was like, we're sitting down, we're watching this fucking movie because I told him I didn't watch it, and you were just like, we're watching it.
Yeah.
And then he forced me to watch it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this movie is amazing. Yeah. Was that the right answer though? You said there's a right answer.
The right answer was there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
Candy is a Canadian gem.
Yeah.
An all-timer. I love me some Candy content.
You're a candy head.
Personal favorite. I do enjoy Uncle Buck, man. It's just
yeah.
I love it. Yeah, but you can't.
I remember that was. Yeah, Uncle Buck was like on TV every day when I was a kid. Yeah. Extremely nice guy too. I heard. I didn't meet him.
We got Sellers Night. He's going with Uncle Buck. Yeah, man, I love it. You know, it's one of those flicks that, well, I don't have regular cable anymore, but when I did, if it happened to be on, no matter what I was doing, I would just leave it on that channel, like no questions asked. And we got some comments here. JP saying, today's show made me think for a couple of seconds if I should try to date again because these two are just making me miss being in a relationship. Damn, that made me sad now. I
feel like our relationship is like, it should like discourage anyone from marrying and realizing how steeped in lunacy you are.
I gotta share JP's sentiment. I love it. I'm in a relationship and I miss this relationship. I mean, I'm just like these are goals, man. Like, what are we talking about here, baby?
I mean, the goals is sharing two blankets.
Yeah.
That's the only goal you need,
right?
and that's
where
the
I've been
secret.
fucking up. Now I know. Yeah, I clearly I gotta get my own blanket.
Yeah, you do.
But yes, a gem, folks. This is a gem of an episode. This is gold here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Seller's Night. Hi, I just wanted to say I'm enjoying the sickness.
Thanks very much.
Your name is amazing. That is a badass name. If that's your like actual name.
I'm not getting the reference. Is there a reference there? Seller's Net?
No, I just think it's cool. I just think it's a really cool name.
Okay. And he's agreeing. He's saying, "Who doesn't love candy?" Of course. Yeah. We don't allow any candy slander in this house.
No.
Loved Uncle Buck. 80s really had the best one. They really did. 80s. That's for me. It can't be beat. Music, film, everything, man. I don't know. It's just,
I mean, The Shining.
Was that
The
80s?
The Shining was 1980.
70s.
So,
The Shining.
I think it was 1980.
Was it?
So you basically,
it's
basically like the best decade for film because The Shining was 1980. Now you're gonna make me second question my. Oh man, I have to check now.
Folks, we got a fact check here.
The Shining movie.
1980.
Yeah. I knew it was either 79 or 80 because it's later than you think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the 80s is especially the best decade for film because The Shining was made in 1980 or released in 1980.
2001 was 68.
Yeah.
And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for playing. What kind of nerd are you? The Sickness Edition.
A sick nerd.
Yes. Speaking of the sickness, I wanted to share with the fine folks who are watching. We got some great, I just want to showcase the artwork in this is just absolutely
caramba.
From the opening panel, the page, I mean, it kind of just, honestly, just setting the tone. It's honestly, you know, the best way to put it, I think, for me is just unsettling. There's something about this read is just not sitting right with me, but in a good way. You know, I'm just like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know how to feel, but it's not, you know. So yes. So again, for those folks, sickness. Can you let us know what the sickness is all about?
You can do it this time.
Okay, fine. So the sickness is it's a historical horror epic, which takes place across several decades in the middle of the 20th century. And the story jumps between decades as a deadly rare virus starts infecting people and causing people to hallucinate and lose touch with reality. All the while, they're all being pursued by this man figure who's just called the Man. And so the first arc of the story follows a doctor in 1955 who starts to pursue the sickness and try to understand it, like just figure out what's going on, see how far back it dates, and try to figure out a way to stop it. And then the other part of the first arc follows a teenager named Daniel, set in 1945, and he has the sickness. So we see kind of the through line of how the sickness evolves in Daniel's life, you know, from start to finish. And so the story, as it spans these several decades, the timelines, the characters start to converge at some point as the mystery of the sickness unfolds. And, you know, the mystery being the sickness itself and the man figure that is following all these people.
It's scary. I was looking over my shoulder last night. It's
Oh,
absolutely
jeez.
JP here with the artwork gives you those creepy feelings, eh? That art is so deliciously good. It really
Thank
is.
you.
It really is. And
Thank
can
you.
I say, I absolutely love this match cut here. What a great, just like boom. You've got this fucking creepy as fuck just character. It's seared into your brain, this image, and it's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then
And then Judy.
next scene, and then we got Judy Garland.
Yeah.
I think
Yay. So nice.
great transition. I mean, I love it. I think it, great example of what a match cut should be. And I think you guys done that a couple of times throughout first couple
Yeah.
issues.
Lonnie is the match cut guy.
I'm
match
like
cut head.
borderline abusive of the match cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good word to use.
But I especially think it's useful when you have two simultaneous stories that seem like they're not related, because it allows you to draw relationships between similar imagery, and hopefully those things have meaning for each of their stories.
Mhm.
So like, I did it a lot on like Undone by Blood, another book that has like two timelines going on. And then another book I'm working on now has like every time it transitions, it's a match cut.
Okay, so it wasn't just. I was just like, I feel like his technique is being employed here. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's
Oh, yeah,
very,
totally,
it's like scripted in always.
Yeah. Also, from the very heavily from the Alan Moore school of formalism.
Actually, this was more from well, yes, but also the first time I saw it was in Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean's Black Orchid, and they do them more like they're smoother transitions where it's not like hard cut match cut, but the transition from scene to scene is like Dave McKean's work on it is like just mind blowing how he's able to draw connections between like objects in these different scenes.
And what I like about this particular one is it's not a match cut just for the sake of a match cut. I love how, in this panel, you've got just this image that's going to be seared into your brain, just disturbing, kind of horrific looking, just and then just boom, you've got the sweet old Judy Garland switching the setting, and I think I really am a fan of the techniques that you're kind of employing.
Oh, thank you.
The storytelling here, guys.
Really
well done.
Thank you.
And I think Sellers Net, he's got a comment here. He's saying, yes, such lush art. Wanted to ask, are you working with physical media? It looks like it, but digital tools are becoming so versatile. It's getting harder to tell. Great question.
Yeah. This is actually all digital. Yeah. Part of my goal is to make it look as traditional as possible. Because I like working traditionally. Like that's how I started with comics. But like everyone says, like working digitally is just faster. But yeah, I do want to. I like that aesthetic. Like I like the way that looks. So, if I could draw traditionally, wow, then I would. But the book would just be like 10 years in the making.
Honestly, like I suspected it was mixed, both, digital, but and traditional. So what you're doing, really, man, it's fantastic because it's hard to tell. I feel like, for if you don't know, if you're just a general reader, I could have sworn some of these pages. Oh, look at that shit. That's some traditional shit right there. You know what I mean? But like, it's great. And you were saying you hoping to employ more traditional in the future.
Yeah. That I really do miss it. It's just so slow, and I'm already a really slow drawer. Like, working digitally, which should be faster, but it's like, you know, it's just as slow, or, you know, slightly faster. But yeah, hopefully in the future I can do a fully traditional comic.
Yeah, Seller's Net. I'm in the same boat, man. You've definitely. I could have sworn at least it was mixed.
Yeah, thank you.
Loving that, And Comic Crack asking, do you still have copies of your early comics, comics for sale, Jenna?
I don't, unfortunately. I was thinking of reprinting one of them, but I just pitched it to a indie publisher. So whether or not they decide to print it, I'll print it myself. But if they do, then, you know, then you can just buy it easily.
I think you meant the old Sickness ones.
Oh. Okay. I don't know about those.
I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
Jenna won't even let me read it.
Yeah,
so
they're really
there's no way.
They're pretty
Oh,
rough,
really?
man. Like they're really rough.
Oh,
That
man.
might just have to stay a relic, you know, that sits in my closet for the rest of my time, and then they could be exhumed when I pass on.
Well, you know, you just super piqued the interest. I'm sure
no.
of everybody who's watching, myself included. I'm just like, oh, now I gotta read this. I mean,
Oh, they're like, it's like my art school, you know.
I think you posted
stuff.
a couple.
So
I think you posted a couple pages on Twitter.
I
just
did.
to
I
say,
did
like, this is
a
how it started.
yeah. I did a Twitter thread when the book was announced. So that's like, you know, the closest thing you can get to seeing them. But maybe I'll repost the thread if you want. You know.
So it looks like Camel Crack is actually talking about your early work.
Mhm.
And I meant any of her early work. Good to know you've approached an indie publisher though. Yeah.
Yeah, my early work.
Yeah.
That's all like, you know, a lot of art school stuff. Like, I don't know, it wouldn't really make sense for me to reprint it. Maybe, you know, in the future I'll do a anthology of my old work or something, you know.
Pretty cool. Hey, speaking of, I should have mentioned this, you know, at the top of the app. We're approaching 2 hours, but Jenna and Lonnie have been gracious enough to put up a copy of The Sickness for a giveaway. So really now, I mean, if you're still hanging out with us in the live chat, you're gonna have a good chance of being the winner. So Lonnie, Jenna, did you guys just want to let the folks know what you guys are putting up for grabs?
Yeah, for sure. So we're giving away a signed copy of issue 1 that we'll both draw in, a little sketch, and then we'll also give we have these limited edition prints that we made for conventions. I think there's about 300 of them ever that we printed, and they were meant for the people who ordered the subscription from the site, but we have a couple extra ones. There it is. So we'll toss that in as well.
And I gotta tell you folks, the video, it doesn't I love this. It's so nice. The quality is great.
You know, that drawing is drawn traditionally.
Oh,
like the original for that's the only thing of The Sickness, or not the only thing, but the only like kind of commercial thing I have of The Sickness that is drawn. So
boom, there you have it, folks. So how about this, folks? For those who are still hanging out with us, still watching, why don't you drop the hashtag, I don't know, The Sickness in the live chats, okay?
I'm down with The Sickness.
Yes. I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
No.
I'm cut off.
Okay. Let's do The Sickness, folks. Drop that in the live chats, and I'm gonna enter you into and we're gonna do the giveaway shortly. I've got a little wheel generator here, so your chances are pretty good. Mm-hmm. So a copy of issue number 1 signed by both these amazing creators, and one of these bad boys here. Look at that.
Should also probably use this opportunity to plug the clothing line.
Yeah. Sorry for not letting you know in advance. There is a clothing line that I did. I partnered with this place called Void Merch. They have a threadless account, and I did a series of designs for them. Some being panels taken from the comics, some new, like brand new designs just for the line, and a couple like kind of weird body horror-ish gross ones too. So if you want to wear the sickness on your chest, then it's just in time for spooky season.
Yeah, if you just go to the Void Merch website.
Yeah, Void
I
Merch.
think it's just voidmerch.com, and then in the collections, it's under the
𝐬𝐴 yeah,
collection.
it's under a collection. Yeah.
So that
They also have a skateboard deck.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
It's
That's
actually
pretty cool.
sick,
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, I know my man JP. He's into like the whole skateboarding thing and everything.
Oh, nice.
So check out. Can you let us know one more time?
Yeah, it's
where we can-
Void Merch. VOIDMERCH.
Okay.
And it's under collections. It's 𝐬𝐴, the sickness.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look at that cookie right in time. She said, "I heard body horror merch," and came running here. Yes, let's go. Let me make my way over. And look at that. JP saying, "I was looking at the skateboards y'all have for the sickness, but I have a lawnmower."
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if we do. I don't know if.
No, it's just a deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got Cookie in there too. I got Cookie. Oh, it's nice. So we've got 5 entries here so far, and again, I apologize for everybody who we had a whole bunch of folks tuning in earlier. I dropped the ball on this one, guys. If you're watching the replay and you're thinking, why didn't you let us know about this giveaway, man? I'm so sorry, guys.
It's because me and Lonnie were talking too much about crap. That's why.
Oh man, no, I 100%. That's on me. But we got another giveaway coming up shortly. I got you guys. Oh, look at that! Thank you, JP.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Here's the link for the merch of the sickness. Yeah, man, that's dope. Thank you so much, my man. I'm gonna have to check that out. Now that's just like the tees and stuff, like the prints that's elsewhere. Yeah, that's on.
Yeah, yeah. This is like a different thing. Yeah.
And if folks do,
I believe they do.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, please.
There are prints on the Void Merch website too. Not of that, but of different pieces.
That one's limited.
That one's limited. Yeah.
Okay. So I got Diabolical Nerd, MG, Comic Crack, JP, and Cookie. Sellers Night, if you're still in the chats, here's your opportunity, buddy. Drop the hashtag the sickness in the comments. Anybody else who's still watching, for your opportunity to win the sold out, because issue number 1 is sold out, folks. So you're getting your hands on a hot one. On a hot one.
Hot
can I say, oh my god, the second printing. I love it. Here, let me throw that bad boy up. That's great.
Yeah, I was surprised, honestly, that it's like I didn't even know it sold out until people on Twitter started saying it.
And the publisher.
The publisher told us, yeah, but then I didn't. I think I found out on Twitter, like people saying it was sold out, or like Uncivilized tweeted about it, and that surprised me. It was like, where are all these people coming from buying this book?
Yeah,
who's reading this?
Who's reading this shit? Yeah.
Congratulations, guys, man. Yeah, sold out. Second printing, and if I'm not mistaken, the second printing, I want to say sold out as well too.
I think there's a little bit left.
Yeah.
It's certainly running low.
Yeah.
And we can't announce anything yet, but there might be other things in the works that are pretty cool. Something arrived in my inbox right before this that we were both like, holy shit, that's awesome. So
yeah, baby.
Diabolical Nerd, man. Diabolical Nerd, please. I want to see my people enter. Here we go. enter, comment the sickness to be entered into the giveaway. For those just joining us, I see K-pop in the house. Oh, we got one of my favorite creators here in the house. All their covers crushed, especially that Shintaro Kago.
Yeah, House
We
of
got Max
Kago.
Hogan in the house. You know, Liquid Kill. It eats what feeds it, man. Hey, glad to see you joining us, my man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Look at this. Look at this stuff. Like, come on, stop it. You're killing me here. This is just. It's not even right what you're doing. You're just trying. That's nightmare fuel. You need to stop. Yeah. Oh, and so here's issue number 2.
Yeah.
Another fantastic cover, and then you've got the variant there by Tyler Boss.
Yes. So good.
So every issue will have a variant from someone in comics, but also just one of our friends. So issue 2 was Tyler, and Tyler's a good friend of mine, but I also love his art and his cartooning. So we were really stoked to be able to get a cover from him, and obviously he just crushed it and did something completely different from everyone else.
He's
the bomb.
He's the top. I got like, I love 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. To see like Tyler, you know, it's his style, but it's a real, like, you know, the eyes are kind of like 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲-ish and stuff, and to see that his interpretation of the sickness being that, it's like made me giddy to see that.
Yeah, it's really great.
And you know, I mean, it's a great cover, but I also enjoy it because it's completely different than the other variants. Really leaned into a certain aesthetic and look, versus this. It's, you know, so I think it's, and so he's gonna be at a local mini con tomorrow, and I was really hoping the sickness was dropping this week. I was gonna go and get it because it's like an hour drive. I say local.
Oh, that sucks. So I'm sorry.
It's the printing, distributors, whatever it is. So I won't have that opportunity. But I mean, it's still really cool, man.
Are you gonna be at New York Comic Con?
You know, everybody's telling me to come this year, and I'm like, I know it's probably I don't even know if I could get tickets. But no, I didn't have plans, but everybody's pushing. I was thinking about it, man. A lot of dope folks are gonna be there. Are you guys gonna be there?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. Yeah, like not to table or anything. Just some, like, you know, you got stuff to do, and then I guess we're gonna do a signing at a table for.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Never mind.
Never
mind.
By all means, talk about it here.
I didn't say too much. That wasn't like, I guess that would have been like an official announcement, but
more details soon.
More details soon.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I thought the thing that you couldn't talk about was exactly what it was.
No.
Okay. Sorry. Man, I really blew it.
I know a couple people's in the chat. I know JP is going to be heading to NYCC, I believe, and Cookie. So, you know, stop by, you know, support these great creators and tell them the House of Nerds sent you, says hello. Even though you guys are right here and I can say hello. No, that's cool, man. Is it your first time, or
no? I try to go. Well, when it wasn't like lockdown, I was going pretty much every year to New York Comic Con.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I gotta make my way. I hear it's one of the better. It
is. It's busy.
It's really busy. Yeah, super busy.
So it depends. Like, it depends what you're trying to get out of it. Yeah, you know, I think it's the biggest show other than San Diego, and it feels like it.
Yeah.
So it's correct. Yeah, I mostly go just because all of my friends go and all the publishers are there, so it's like a good business opportunity. That's, I hate saying. Yeah, it's just good for me to go. But if I was going like as a fan, it's cool. It's just like you're gonna be waiting in line.
Yeah, it's really overwhelming. It's really expensive too.
Yeah,
damn.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
Have you guys been to Fan Expo in Toronto or just TCAF?
I have, yeah.
I
I've
haven't.
been to a fan expo in Toronto a couple times.
Okay. So
Yeah,
how does that compare, Lonnie, to something like NY? Is it comparable or not even?
No,
Not even.
NYCC is like a zoo, man.
Mhm, yeah.
It's like
It's crazy. You have like this much space like between you and the next person, like all around you. You're just
yeah, like
crowded.
God forbid you're like end up accidentally near the Marvel booth and then they start a
Yeah.
giveaway and then you're just
You don't know what's happening. You don't know where to go.
crushed
Yeah,
under the
right.
weight of
Yeah.
10 people dressed as Captain
Yeah.
America and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, please get me out of here.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta go. I think honestly, I'm gonna hit it up next year, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I keep hearing good things about it, but it's
Mhm.
interesting to see. I'm not the greatest with crowd. I don't like big crowds and just kind of
Yeah.
like a sardine. So
Yeah.
for me to hear that Lonnie saying like Fan Expo is not even like you can't even compare. Like I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, if you don't,
You know?
if that's not your thing, then yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
It might be a bit
like,
much, eh?
it's just that, like, if you're not comfortable with that, then like don't
Yeah.
fucking torture yourself for New York
Yeah.
Comic Con. You know, like nobody should do that. Nobody should torture themselves for New York Comic Con.
I'll microdose or something if I plan.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, right.
For like
Yeah.
the 3 months prior or something, man.
Yeah. Yeah, just for
Oh
this
man,
weekend.
but that's cool. So man, hope you guys have all kinds of
Mhm.
fun over at
Mhm.
NYCC. Yeah, for sure. Cookie saying I'll be on the lookout. And we've got a question here from SellersNet. Am I pronouncing that right? Well, I hope so. What are you both currently reading that excites you?
I don't read books.
You don't read comics, you look at them and
Yeah.
then throw it away.
No, that's not true at all. I read constantly. What am I reading right now? I'm actually not reading a lot of comics right now. I more so read like novels.
I read real books.
I'm reading the second half of the Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. And before that, I was reading the Wind-Up Bird Chronicles by Murakami. And I just finished The Eternal Champion by Michael Moorcock. And then in terms of comics, I'm trying to think what I read recently.
Acting class.
Acting class. I read that a while ago. Nick Dranasso's Acting Class, probably the best comic I read this year.
Mhm.
I read
So,
Brubaker's
best comic you read this year?
Yeah, it's called Acting Class.
Acting Class. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
Every book Nick Dranasso has done is, in my opinion, the best. He's the best cartoonist currently working.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
What else am I reading?
Yeah, I feel like there's like an obvious answer, but I'm not thinking about it.
Oh gosh, it's killing me.
Is it manga?
No. It's the one it's the first issue is just on FOC. Patrick.
Yeah.
Beneath the Trees. Oh my God.
Yes.
That is so good, folks.
Right.
What is it called?
I know. I'm so sorry.
Sees.
What was it? Sorry?
Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That book is great.
Patrick is the best.
The art in it
is so
is
good.
incredible.
It really is. And then it also has Mr. Hassan.
Yeah.
Atsmin Elhau, who letters your book. He's the letter on Patrick's joint. Actually, folks, I might as well let you guys know we're gonna have Patrick on next month.
Oh, nice.
So maybe you guys can tune in and hang, or maybe come hang out. I don't know, man. But yeah, honestly, if you haven't, I think and pre-order just passed, FOC just passed. But regardless, folks, when it drops, pick it up. I guarantee. It's going to end up on a lot of folks' best of lists at the end of the year. I was blown away by that. Really good.
It's great.
Yeah.
And Hassan has his first writing debut. coming
Yes.
out from Dark Horse. I think it might have come out.
FOC is September, the end of September, I think. His book is called The Unlikely Story of Felix and Macabre.
Okay.
Juni Ba, I hope I'm saying his name right. Juni Ba is the artist. Hassan wrote it and lettered it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
you guys have
really
read it?
good. Yeah, the art is like so like energetic. It's like very it's like kinetic. It's a very kinetic story. And the story itself is like it's a young adult novel, but it's pretty fucking dark.
Yeah.
And it has like kind of a very mature the resolution. And I love it. It was really refreshing to read because it doesn't take like the young adult genre for granted, and treats young adults. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I had to set the mood too. I see what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
You guys are
our
blind.
spooky Halloween lighting. Yeah,
Oh,
I was hoping
yeah.
the candlelight would like notice.
Yeah, I don't have a candle,
like
but I've got.
everything.
Hold on, I'll be back in a second. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
But the book is Haas's book is was like a breath of fresh air in terms of a young adult novel. It's called the Unlikely Story of Felix and Macabre. Obviously, like Haas's letters are just like the top.
Yeah,
That
really
guy
good.
is. I don't say this just because he's lettering our book. I don't say it just because of that, but he is the best letter working in the world.
Him and Aditya.
But I mean,
Jenna, I like the cut of your jib because I've said it ad nauseum on the channel. For me, like there's Hassan and there's everybody else. Like it's not even close, man. He's in a league of his own. What he does, he has his own flavor without ever being distracting or intrusive to the storytelling. You know what I mean? It's just incredible. And then I'll share, Lonnie, your sentiments. Aditya is great too.
Yes. Yeah.
He's
Like,
up there as well.
both of them are
Sun Stuff
top tier.
It's incredible, man. It's not even fair. Like, you know what drives me? I always wonder. I'm like, and I had him on the show. I think it was last year, and I asked him. I said, "Do you have a clone?" Because I don't know how he's on every other book. It seems.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you do it, man? It's just it's insane.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
quality,
The guy's a machine.
So you guys, yeah. I mean, you got the great Hassan, folks. So you've got Jenna's top tier artwork and top tier storytelling from Lonnie, and then you've got the best letter in the game. So there's no reason you guys should not be picking up The Sickness, and keep your eyes peeled. Scheduled tentatively to drop on the 27th. That date might be in flux a little bit, but keep your eyes peeled for it, man. And you know what? On that note, I'm going to give you guys a few preview pages before we do the giveaway, before we wrap up the show. Boom. This is from issue number 2. Do you guys want to let the folks know perhaps a little bit what's going on here, or just let them, or we just sit in silence and just let them appreciate the part?
I actually hate talking about like what the book's about and what's happening. It's like really hard for me to talk about my own work that way. And yeah, like you said, I think the pages just kind of speak for themselves, especially when you read it. It's
it makes more sense when you read it.
I always like to go into stuff knowing as little as possible. So
I'll just leave that there. We're just gonna sit in silence for the next minute and a half. You guys can just gonna hear the
yeah.
No, but I mean, like this is just, man, like you guys, so good.
Well, I'm literally like tightening up issue 3 to like I just before we got on the show, I was just tightening up issue 3, so that'll be hopefully ready to be dropped in your email soon, so you can enjoy that, for the spooky season.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Very much appreciate that. Yeah. yeah, I just top tier comic booking. And then I didn't want to give too much away. One more panel I think I've got here for you folks. I mean, look at that. Now, now we kind of tease it. Now, what movie are these guys watching that's giving you this reaction? Or what? I should maybe ask you guys. Has any movie you watched recently given you this kind of this? What the fuck am I? What is going on here?
That reaction.
He's oh man.
Only when we watched Skinamarink and everyone didn't shut the fuck up in the theater, like a movie that's supposed to be watched with silence, you know, like in a dark theater. The movie in the comic, oh god, what's it called? That's embarrassing. I forget. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just this guy beneath the trees where nobody sees. That sounds like my high school life. Yeah, buddy.
Got him.
Got him. Into 100%. No, folks, this is great stuff. We're gonna do the giveaway. What does my candle smell like? Because I saw one I still called booty sweat and lavender.
There you
what?
Toronto's finest.
Yeah, that's got to be from Brampton. Local guys will get it.
Represent.
That's too meta. Comic Crack. Skinamarink is so good. My son and I went to see it in our local small art house theater and loved it.
Yeah,
Skinamarink,
it's a really great experience.
It fucked me up. It was so fucking
really
scary.
Hey, when did it drop? I don't think I've watched that.
Yeah. It was made in Edmonton. It's a Canadian classic. Canadian classic. That Skinamarink.
Shout out to my fellow Canucks. Always here for Canadian content. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, so much.
More.
I'm only here for the Canadian content.
Yeah. You guys have given me an abundance of content to consume in the next couple of days.
You've got homework.
My son sends his. I'm gonna be a neglectful father. It's Canadian. He's saying, "Yeah, I love it. I'm here for Canadian content. Mandatory viewing for us all." Okay, folks. Last opportunity here to enter the giveaway. Whoever's still around, comment the sickness. I'll give you about 30 seconds, maybe less.
Man, this candlelight's really doing a lot of work for the mood for us. It got real dark real quick. Yeah.
Oh, I got terrible lighting right now. I want that candlelight. Like,
yeah.
I should know this too. This is
for the rest of the episodes for Haunted House of the Nerd Show. It's just the setup.
Honestly,
you save on electricity.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm doing it. This is how we're rolling for the rest of the spooky season.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Let me screen share. I'm gonna screen share here. The giveaway wheel. Boom. And then do you guys see that? Yeah. All right, awesome. So thank you to everybody who's entered. Thank you to everybody who's stuck around on this lovely Friday night. Go back to the top of the hour to hear the Hallmark movie of the week pitch, courtesy of LONNIE and Jenna.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Don't miss that. Gotta catch the replay. So for a copy of issue number 1 and one of these bad boys. I'm gonna I'm gonna shuffle the deck a couple times. What is one saying here? I'm never watching this show again if I don't win. Oh man. Okay. May the nerd gods be in your favor, my friend. I've got you, Alvaro. You're in there. Couple more times. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Do. Oh, comic crack! Comic crack.
Hey, shout out.
Crack.
I love it. Shout out to homie Comic Crack, man. Yes.
Comic crack.
Yes. Yes. Congratulations, my good man. You are the winner of the giveaway, courtesy of Lonnie and Jenna, fellow Canuck. I love it. I love to see
Comic
my,
crack
my
Canuck.
Canucks win it. You know, if I'm not mistaken, out Winnipeg way. You know, I don't want to put your business out there, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh, your address? It's
Yeah, send me. Just drop your addy in the comments there.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're not getting the giveaway. You're not. It's okay, buddy. He says, "Fuck this world. What's the point of living?"
I agree.
Hey, but you know what? I got one here.
We've got 300 of them.
Yeah. Oh man.
We'll have to do another giveaway in the future, maybe. I don't know.
I love it. I'm being a baby back bitch, right? Oh man. Okay.
I want my baby back, bitch.
I love it. Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Folks, it's getting wonky over here. We're getting crazy.
It's about that
Congrats,
hour.
Diabolical. Yes, and Comic Crack is from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah, drop the SIN number in there. Only the Canadians will understand that reference. Jenna, if you don't get it.
Sorry. I'm not part of the cool club.
Card revoked. Card revoked.
Yeah.
Man.
You should have known that I'm not cool.
Hey. Are you guys coming back to TCAF next year?
Oh yeah. Totally.
Yeah?
Hopefully.
Even if we're like not gonna table or anything, I would go just to go.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, first round on you guys. When you come through. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That'd be great. You know, it'd be great to have another opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully
our book will still be like in print.
It'll be.
It'll be. Stop it, folks. Keep your eyes peeled for the sickness. Great for the spooky season or any time of the year, man.
Any time of the year, especially summer, when you're seeing your grandma on the countryside.
Oh.
Get your grandma a skateboard deck.
Yeah. I don't know if my abuelita will appreciate it. I mean, she's up there, man. I'm not trying to like.
I'm not saying she's not cool. I'm just saying like she could be cooler.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Seller's saying rip it in half and share King Solomon style. Okay. We're getting biblical here now. Okay.
We're getting biblical. It's that time of night. I get it.
It's that time. Anything you guys would like to share with the audience before we get out of here? Or where can the fine folks find you at? Pick up the book, stores, all that stuff.
Yeah, you can. A lot of shops are probably sold out, but you can still ask them to order it. And they should be able to get copies still, though they're running low. You can also order them directly through the publisher's website. That's Uncivilized Books. And yeah, just thanks for the support and hope you check it out and like it.
Thanks for having us. This was really fun. It was like a little wacky. we got a little excited and hyper at some point, or I guess I did, but I guess that's a good sign if we're just acting like children.
I absolutely loved hanging out with you guys, man. This is one of my favorite episodes, man. You guys are super dope, super chill, man. And
anytime.
Welcome back. I was just about to say, anytime you guys want to hang out, shoot the shit, talk nerd stuff, man. Pitch your books, all that stuff, man. Just hit me up and we'll make it happen, man.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
my dude.
We're gonna unfortunately we wrapped you into our Lifetime movie saga, and because of that you're a witness, you are an accomplice, and we're gonna make it happen.
Wouldn't be the first time I'm accomplice, so
yeah,
we're good to go, baby. We're good to go.
Toronto's finest.
That's it. Toronto's finest, baby. Big shout out, big thank you to the community, to everybody who hung out with us, man. You guys made it a blast. And if you missed any of the episode, watch the replay, man. These guys get into a lot of good stuff, And again, Lonnie, Jenna, congratulations on the success of this book, man. I can't wait
Thank you.
for each
Thank
issue that drops, man. You guys really, I think you've got a modern classic in the making here, man.
Wow,
Thank
thank you.
you
Yeah,
very
thanks for all
much.
your support. Yeah, you've been a huge support for all of us, for
Hey.
both of us.
It's easy when you guys make dope content. We only push the dope shit here, so it's my pleasure, man. Thank you, sellers. Yeah, thank you. Great conversation. Continued success with the sickness. Good night, everyone. Yes, absolutely. Good night. And on that note, I think I'm gonna hit my where's my little outro bit? I don't know.
Skinamarink time.
Yeah, Skinamarink. I am gonna watch that.
Nice and dark.
Here we go.